Hello everybody, my name's Garen and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I did a little bit of stuff off camera. I went and got all of the tank gear, all the plundered gear from the dungeons I have unlocked. So I'm better geared than I was, at least. In the process, I also managed to hit level 31, so I'm a little behind on my class quest and getting my job, but we'll get there. Along with that, I have begun hitting the spirit bond phase of my equipment, and I don't have materia extracting unlocked yet, so I plan on doing that probably first thing so I can start pulling out these materia because they're a good way to make money. And speaking of money, when I hit level 30, you can see down here, Final Fantasy was nice enough to hand me 1,000,000 gil. I think it's because I'm on a preferred world, which is the same reason I've got this road to 80 thing going on. So yeah, that's a catch up of what went on off camera and kind of what I plan to do next. So I think the first thing is to unlock materia extracting. And that is in Central Thanalan, which I'm aimed directly at. Alright, the bonfire, or as I like to call it, camp materia. So I think this one is the quest to learn how to extract materia. Oh, we get dark matter as well. Materia extraction, there we go. What would you say if I told you that innate objects can possess a soul? They can, believe it or not, although the soul in question is not their own, but that of their owner. Through faithful service, the arms and armor that we use come to hold our spiritual energy. Thus do we form a spirit bond with them. This spiritual energy can be drawn out and converted into materia, a special kind of crystal that can be attached to gear to enhance its properties. I am well versed in the ways of materia extraction. If you wish to learn more about the process, it would be my pleasure to teach you. Sure would. That's exactly why I'm here. You are ready to commence your learning? Good. As you will have gathered by now, materia is the crystallized form of one spiritual energy. As this energy is derived from an individual's psyche, a volatile beast at the best of times, a degree of variance is expected in its production. In practice, this means you won't know the exact properties of a stone until you cradle it in your hand. Now, materia won't grant you much of anything on its own. Its power must be tapped, see, and this is achieved by melding it to gear. Know, though, that it takes the deft hands of a craftsman to meld materia. You can always seek others to attach materia on your behalf, but if you would sooner do it yourself, I recommend you speak to Phobos. Melding is her field of expertise. If you wish to remove materia from an item, highlight its icon and select Retrieve Materia. There's a chance the materia will be salvaged. Extracting materia. You can now extract materia from items. Materia extracted from one piece of gear can be affixed to another, improving its attributes. To extract materia from an item, you must have first created a spirit bond with it by using the piece repeatedly in battle, crafting, or gathering. Once an item's spirit bond reaches 100%, you'll be able to select extract materia from the list of available subcommands. Once the material is extracted from an item, its spirit bond will be reduced to 1%. Affixing materia to an item can be done by a disciple of the hand with the proper training, or by speaking with materia melder NPCs. Should you wish to remove materia, you may do so by highlighting it and selecting Retrieve Materia. Alright, this is exactly what I wanted. So I'll go through the process of extracting the materia I've got unlocked or ready now. Meld requests. The level of an item also plays a role in who can or cannot enhance the gear, requiring higher level crafters as the level of the item increases. If you lack the ability to meld your materia to an item, you may enlist the aid of other players or speak with a materia melder NPC. Another option is to find a similar piece of armor with material already attached. The markets are a perfect place to find specially crafted items synthesized with disciples of the hand from across Eorzea. Another option is to find another PC to meld the material for you. One way to do this is via the player search feature. Once you have found a PC capable of the meld and terms have been agreed upon, target the player and select Request Meld from the subcommands. Okay, so now that I've got all my materia extracted, we can continue on with probably handing in the main story quest, and then getting back to the gladiator quest. Momo D, I cleared the Copperbell mines as requested. Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry though, if you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. I recognize that spiel. Sienna, sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh off the carriage adventurer. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. I never doubted for a moment that you'd succeed, of course, and neither did Papa Sean, which ain't to say he won't be overjoyed. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Hello. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Edda. I am an adventurer like you, though I am not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania I'm sorry, we were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Avir, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and he swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the woman you are, of all that you've achieved, I find that I am inspired just as Avir once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask you your name. It's Sienna. Sienna Criziar. I shan't forget. Thank you, Sienna Criziar. I pray we will meet again. Fare you well. Maybe we will. Hopefully we will. You seem like a nice lady. Adventuring can be a cruel, bleeding process. Time was, I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Thought I'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be a part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Sienna. What did you say? You want to know about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest, then. Listen, Sienna, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. Well, Thancred seemed really sure that I could handle whatever they've got going on over there. So, yeah, let's do this. Momody is ready to tell you what she knows about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Look at them. Aren't they great? So you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on another, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being a Dawn. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. That was a good analogy, I like that. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, that ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you, Sienna. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay, out in western Thanalan. The place you're looking for is called the Waking Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance and you'll be let in. You're a woman in demand, Sienna, and the days ahead promise to be busy. But I hope you won't forget your old friend Momody. Drop in and tell me how you're faring from time to time. Here? Well, right, I said my piece. Off with you. Not gonna lie, Momody, as much as I like you and would like to keep you updated with what I'm doing, I'm probably gonna forget. Anyway, so I can go to Western Thanalan for the Scions, or Eastern Thanalan for the Gladiator quest. Let's go to Eastern Thanalan for the Gladiator quest. Alright, Aldous, what trouble are you getting me into now? I like a woman who keeps me waiting. It nurtures the sense of anticipation. It's been 7 years since my late father was laid to rest here. He was mean and stubborn, an old goat through and through. Old outgoat through and through. But gods, when he danced with a sword in hand, it was pure poetry in motion. Mila's right. There's no way I could know what it was like for her back then, forced to replace her father under such terrible circumstances. And who might you be? Another of Leovold's lackeys? Master Leovold has been most distressed since learning of your return. This is unacceptable. Your master does not deserve your loyalty, kitten. When you've outlived your usefulness, he'll dispose of you like so many others. Believe me, I speak from personal experience. Say what you will, I will not be swayed. She looks awfully determined to kill me. Still, I'm not really in the mood to play. Mind stopping her, Sienna? I got this, yo. Let's do this. Well, this is going a lot quicker than I thought it would. Oh no, healing's not fair. I don't have a healing spell or skill. I win, you lose. I'm better. You've gotten stronger. Good. I'm glad Mila has a woman like you to rely upon. She is her father's daughter, a leader of men, a true warrior, and an obstinate woman who lets her feelings cloud her judgment. Which is why she needs to be surrounded by dependable people who will give her good counsel and keep her temper in check. Now more than ever. Stick by her. She needs you more than she knows. I think she needs you, buddy. Haven't you listened to a word I said? She needs dependable people. In case you haven't noticed, I am anything but. You can be dependable. I believe in you. I'm only here because of unfinished business. When it's settled, there will be no reason left for me to stay. Mila's a reason. I'm going to Mrs. Matchmaker here. I owe it to her old man to put an end to this, to give him peace in Thal's realm by making that bastard Leovold finally answer for his crimes. Remember what I said, Sienna. Now, go. She's probably wondering where you are. I'm gonna tell her. If it lets me tell her. I'm also going to do my hunting log stuff right here. Because I'm close by. Two, and three. There we go. I don't actually know what this fate is. Oh, it's the Undertaker. Hey, buddy. Want to use a tombstone on me? That's Undertaker's signature move, isn't it? That's a big Tuco Tuco. Also sitting right next to the guy I want to kill, but... Oh, here we go. There's one over here. Look, I obtained 1 gil. And the last one's over here. Alright, now just the Meotragus Billy. Meotragus Billy? I don't know. Billy. I need to kill Billies. One Billy. Two Billy. Where's there a third Billy? Yay, level 32. I don't really need this. Maybe. I don't know, I don't think I've ever actually used that skill. Alright, back to Ul'dah. Myla, I fended off another assassination attempt on Aldous. You proud of me? Why are you staring at me like that, Asinia? Is something the matter? You're behaving rather oddly. I'm just standing here, yo. Well, I'm afraid I have no news regarding the Alucron's movements. I remain confident we will find them soon, though, so keep your blade sharp. Will do. Okay. So I could run forward with the level 30 quest. Well, these aren't too bad. But I'm running on level 15 gear, like my eye level is 13 right now. And I feel like doing a level 30 quest in this condition might prove a little difficult. I thought this last level 25 quest was going to be difficult, but it was pretty easy. Anyway, all that's to say is I think I'm going to put off this level 30 quest for a moment and start working on the main scenario quests. And see if I can get up another tier of gear. Let's head to the Scions of the 7th Dawn. Okay, so I know I said I was going to the Scions, but I have hunting logs stuff in the area. So I'm going to go after those real quick. I've got these guys. Anyway, I don't know how many of you I need, but no, you're not going to hurt very bad. Cool. Alright. So the other thing I need, the bloated bogies, are on the other side of Vesper Bay. So I'll go grab them real quick and then to the Scions. And here they are. Cool. Yeah. I could do it, or I could keep my promise and go to the Scions. I think you're supposed to sit on chairs. Okay. Deep in the desert of my heart, the lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above, to quench my thirst for you. La 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 la. Wow. I would thank you to not sneak up on me like that. Now, please be advised this is private property. Unless you have a pertinent business here, I must ask you to. Here at the behest of Thancred. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Bob Saget. Sienna Criziar. Ah, here you are. You have a blurry book too. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. My name is Chantaru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. Okay. Thank you. Down I go. Hello. I take it you are Sienna Criziar. Tataru sent word that you had arrived. My lady Menphilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. Sure thing.
So you are the adventurer of whom I've heard so much.
I am. There's a friggin' party in here.
Well met, friend. My name is Minphilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here.
Am I? Are you sure? Well, Thancred.
No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness?
Yes.
Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body?
Yes.
All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo.
And here I thought it was all the vodka.
The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals.
Yes, the Primals.
So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace.
So the Primals are the only problem.
Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent.
Sure thing. Happy to help.
Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea.
Neither do I, to be honest. It was just a random cutscene, and I started.
But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Tataru. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I have taken the liberty of adding your name to a retainer's registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me, when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you will agree, and one which serves greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. Hiring a retainer. Retainers are helpful NPCs who can be hired by players to carry out such tasks as storing excess gil and gear or selling unwanted items on the markets. They also may be sent afield on ventures. A contract of service can be drafted by Redwib in Limsa Lamenza, Parnell in Grindanya, and Chachabi in Ulda, Runilla in Ishgard, or Kazashi in Kugane. Cool. Alright, Manvilia, let's go. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answers, Linnea. I will go whither the wild rose blooms. Hey, look, a glamour dispeller. Cool, I guess.
I take it you will help us.
Sure will.
Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't let us down.
Did the
But
Echo
come,
tell you that?
I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there. Welcome. Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ulda, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team.
Thank you, Thancred, whom we've met before.
I never doubted that you'd come.
Okay, you acknowledged that.
If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Yastola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings.
We have the same
Last
makeup.
but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Hi, Tataru. I
In
think you're
time,
my favorite so
I
far.
hope you will come to think of us as family.
I keep talking over them, my bad.
But without further ado, I would assign you your first task.
Alrighty, damn.
Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina & Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Emoja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation.
Ooh, I get to be a leader.
You have my thanks.
You have my you're welcome.
If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
I've been hanging around Ulda for a while now. I'm probably good.
Ever at your service, fair lady.
Thank you anyway. Thancred. So as an aside, I realize we're converging in the area where the game is going forward regardless of where you started. But there's a little bit of an inconsistency with when it recognizes that I've, for example, started in Ulda, and when it thinks that I know nothing about Ulda. So that incontinuity is a little distracting sometimes. Anyway, forward. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. shrines. Shrines which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one or further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Eisenbard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. But if he doesn't want to cooperate, what do I do then? Do I threaten to stab him? And here we are at Camp Drybone. That was quite the walk. But that's quite alright. Let's attune to the Aetheryte real quick. Alright, I'm gonna talk to this guy over here. Hi, I'm Eisenbard. Here to search for the missing folk, I take it? Minfilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amaja. It seems we know who the culprits are at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victims safely returned. Thanks. Let's get right to it then. Minfilia names the Amalja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure the remains for me, friend? You would find them on the eastern road. Well, willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Amalja seek in this area. They want dead people. Or maybe alive people. I don't know. It seems like they want people to feed to their god. Well, that was easy. Corpse number 1. Sorry, itchy ear. Corpse number 2. I can't get corpse number 3 from this angle. Corpse number 3. Do you want the carriage too? I mean, I can't really bring it back to you, but it's there, just so you know. It is good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? Sure were. They look like flowers. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day. I thank you. Now then, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so there were Amalja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in this lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed. But I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amalja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? I don't know, man. Maybe just follow people around until one of them does something suspicious. Doesn't seem like a great plan, but it's the only one I got. What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reasons for these vanishings. 12 forbid it be so. There is a merchant by the name of Ungust who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. Okay. Hello, Ungust. Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ul'dah. What in the seven hells do you want with me now? I have a letter, buddy. You gotta help me now. Dear friend, missing people, please help. Yours, Eisenbard. Folk around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before. What with all the disappearances. You can go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Are they timid from the disappearances? Or are they timid because you threatened them? You seem like the threatened people type. But please, miss, just leave me be. Devious derelict. I have nothing to say but this. Thou take who or whatever's been feeding off us local. Petrified pauper. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. See, that sounds like someone who's been threatened. I'm calling it right now. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly Costa del Sol, if you know what I'm saying. You don't get to walk through me and disappear. That's rude. Eisenbard, Gus threatened everybody. Welcome back, Sienna. Have you learned aught of import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Ungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. The common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. Maybe. Eisenbard would like you to learn what you can from the clergy. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we've no better place to ask than the Church of Saint Adama Landama. It is a small and humble church found to the northwest of here. And so long as you are headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? A mortal request, I grant you, but it must be borne to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Seek out a man named Marks. He attends to the graves at the lich yard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. Up we go. Hello, Marks. I am Marks, yes. A body, of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, miss. If you seek a place of burial, then there is an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. What path? This path? Oh, it was right here. I'm an idiot. I thought you were going to bury it, not just leave it on the ground. Oh. I'm not done yet. Cool. Buried and covered in rocks. Marks, I buried the body. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Alison can. She has been kind to me. Everyone has been kind. So kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You will find Sister Alison within the church walls. Sister Arson, I hear you have done us the service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when you next see him. You seek knowledge of missing dry bone inhabitants? It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marks would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Mark soon. Oh. Marks, don't be an asshole. There, I fixed it for you. Isambard, how's it going, bro? Thank you, Sienna. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Sienna? A pleasure, my dear Isambard. The name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I too spoke with Ungust more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to this notion that of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in the service of the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better than to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession, the good sister Arson herself? Arson? She wouldn't. She couldn't. Even those beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye on this rose. Still, the Lich Keeper Marks, I'd swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. Alright. Isambard is concerned about the questions surrounding Sister Arson's integrity. Sister Arson, it cannot be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children. But no, it could not be she. Could it? I grow weary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy, Sienna, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Arson's activity. Ah, the Golden Bazaar. Grab you real quick. And off to the kid. Uncombed urchin. Please help. Sister Arson went out all on her own and hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about Thal and the Order and others and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it. But what if the monsters outside hurt her? Please find her. Arson, what have you gotten yourself into? Everybody? Don't go running off by yourself, especially when you're in suspicion of kidnapping and collusion with the Amalja. You are the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child? Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is a ring given to him by his mother before she passed. I will see it is safely returned back to him. I'm guessing that means it's not her. Alright, Eisenbard. I did the research. Sister Arson was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar. God forfend. I will secure a room at the end for her should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of orphans and risking her own well-being in the doing, no less. Certainly that's not the dastardly deed Stancred would have us believe. Probably not. Alrighty, so that's gonna do it for this episode. Yeah, the story is getting much more interesting now. Less run around and do favors for random people, and more a guided experience through the happenings behind the primals. I don't know if the Scions are going to play a role again anytime soon. We've got the Scions now helping, or we're helping the Scions now with the primal threat. So yeah, really picking up on some more core concepts to the game. That's pretty cool. I'm also heavily overleveled, which makes it kind of useful for running around this area, because that means enemies won't attack me randomly. That is a benefit I didn't think about, but it's one nonetheless. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. I'll be back soon with more Final Fantasy, and I will see you then.